Forward Fabian, and we back with another video. We got Ren Money Game Part 3, the official music video. I just did Part 1, Part 2. Now we here with Part 3. Part 2's been my favorite so far. It seemed like the emphasis got brought to new heights. And the things he talking about, these are the conversations I like to have. These are the things I think about. Just what a clown world we live in, and some folks aren't conscious of it. So it's nothing bad to bring these things to light, because they're harsh truths. They're truths that people don't really want to face. Now, like I said, it's like life is just a rat race. We're in it just to pay bills, wake up, do it again. It's a cycle. And you know how we live in such an unethical world, and greed is kind of the thing that dominates all. Jealousy and people just warring and fighting over power and things of that sort, man. So yeah, good subject matter in the approach to this series. You know what I mean? So this one's the longest one, 9 minutes. So let's see what he's talking about, man. Comment down below. I do have a Ren playlist. Check that out. I'll link to it down below, description and comment section. Subscribe to the channel, man. Share the content. God bless y'all. Let's hop into this. You play the piano too? What ain't? That ain't. Yeah, that's definitely him.
Tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn. I'm about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury.
If you manipulate the data, the lie will sell itself. Kind of talk. The version that came to my mind is fake it till you make it. The lie will sell itself. It's all about presentation, how you portray, right? Look like a king, you're going to get treated like one. Look like a king, act like a king, you get treated like a king. Next thing you know, you are a king. Wow, man, this dude is just too good at storytelling.
Invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket. $35, he gets the call. I'm sorry son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic.
That's a crazy fall. How he go from being such a boss, entrepreneur, kid genius to segueing over to the cocaine business? First, I was going to applaud dad in the sense that, hey, the mentality that he kept feeding his son got him getting him so far. But then it's like self-sabotage / manipulation in the things that he's telling him. How you going to be well off like that and that's not sufficient enough? You know what I'm saying? Or that's what the dad even said to him. Just because you sitting up in the palace or whatever doesn't mean that you won. That's a money game for real. Now that's a money game. You are a millionaire and you still keep playing.
35,
a billionaire.
He gets the call.
That.
I'm sorry son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
That sucks. Bro went from the Senate to dealing cocaine. The hell? Huh?
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41, he wasn't walking. 42, not walking quickly. 43, never running round the pavements of his city. 44, inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Call the music. This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution?
Bro gonna kill himself? He gonna off himself again? The heck?
Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface then consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise. "45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age.
That's deep. He said he a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate.
That's
That's deeper than you
Here's
think.
the words of his father. It's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
He ain't lying. Golly. God. I see why people can't. I see why Ren is like, I was going to say the black sheep, but I won't even call. I see why he doesn't give enough recognition or credit. Because what he talks about is too deep for the average person. You know what I'm saying? Today's day and age, ignorance runs the world. I mean, it's been like that for a while, but if you even listen to the music, the most garbage, trash stuff is the popular stuff. The most ratchet artists are the rock stars of modern day hip hop and rap. And it's like you have no substance behind what you talk about. So how would I expect folks to listen to Ren? It's like the people who have intellect will listen to this. The people who have understanding will listen to this. The people who have a grasp on reality will listen to this. But man, he painted just boy be painting them vivid pictures. Dude says so much, but anyways, the story of Jimmy, right? Sounds like he was conditioned or brought up in the mindset that no matter how much you make, it's never enough. Now that's a very wicked mindset because that's fuel. That's just fuel for greed. But when greed completely grows and graduates into what? Like, what's the next level of greed? I mean, we saw it reflected through the choices he made. Dude was on a straight and narrow. He had a hell of an IQ, smart, created a business, sold the business, was a multi-millionaire in his 20s. Even they mentioned like him getting to Congress, Senate, I don't know, something political. And he bought his seat there. Come on, when you buying your way into that, bro, you got a cake. I just didn't understand where it went wrong. It seemed like the dark turn was really when his dad, every time his dad would whisper the 2 cents into his ear, he would level up. But it's like, how much more can you level up before it turns left or it starts becoming very, before you start, dipping your foot into the pool of evil. He had to get into the drug game. There's a lot to talk about because I'm already forgot something else I was gonna mention. Man, this was heat, man. This was heat. It's crazy, like the stages he take you through. The first one, I don't know, I don't even know if this word would even equate to it, but very solipsistic to me. Just very even just from a hearing perspective, calm. Hearing him kind of talk through some things, the acoustic version. Seemed like the momentum picked up every time. The second one was a little bit more uppity. The visuals we were receiving, watching the lyric video, it kind of put you in a different mood. It was more educational. It's like the first one paints the reality of money in terms of how it's just the consumption and the greed behind it. You know, how it relates to us as people today. The second one is like certain realities, uncomfortable truths, but how to leverage things, right? You start talking about businesses and opportunities. The third one is like the story of somebody who just fell off the deep end, pertaining to the mentality. He's talking about how it's a game. It's all systematic. It's all created for you to just run till the wheels fall off, man. Some people work their whole lives. I always say this, and they don't get to live. They just work. They work for what? When you die, you can't take that money with you. You pass it on to your kids, maybe. You know what I'm saying? If you got family and things of that sort. But people work their whole lives. It's a game. For what? For what? This ain't life, man. This ain't life. People don't even spend time with their loved ones. People don't even consider engaging with other people. People don't treat each other correctly. They're just focused as tunnel vision. I got to wake up, do this and that. To where it ostracizes them from the rest of the world. And it manipulates their perception when it comes to income. You work your whole life just to take your PTO. Oh, how many PTO hours do I have? I'm going on vacation. And that week, 2 week vacation is your release. That's where you digress. That's where you can actually look outside of the game. You're actually outside of the world that you live in. Because when you're in that hustle bustle 9 to 5, bro, you got your blinders on. You're not paying. You're just grinding it out. But imagine that the only time you take a real look and reflect at life and think and concepts, maybe take a break, get to take a breather, relax, is when you're vacationing. You got your PTO time. Don't that sound just ridiculous, man? That's the world we live in. But then again, I mean, there ain't no changing it. There ain't nothing outside of it. You got to eat. You got to work. You know what I'm saying? It's the dollar. But all of this will fade away. This is all past, man. This isn't forever. Christ already conquered the world, man. This is just temporary. So don't put all your eggs in this basket. I'm telling you right now. Don't focus on the things of the world, man. Everything here is fleeting. And you can just see in the state and the nature of the world how there's just destruction and chaos. Evil, wickedness roaming the earth. And it's intensified. Don't be blinded out here, man. Don't be blind out here. So, yeah, man. I'll go ahead and shut up now. But these are the conversations I like to have. These conversations are the conversations that spark change. Revolutionary change. One idea, one thought can spark the interest of somebody who, makes a ripple in the world, in life. So shout out to Ren. Comment down below, like the video, subscribe to the channel, man. Peace, love, prosperity to all of y'all. God bless y'all, man. I pray the goodness, grace, and mercy of Jesus Christ touches all of y'all. Stay blessed. We out.